And hey, sorry, I'm having a conversation over here while I get ready, and I think we're live now. Just got to pop out the old chat, get ready for the peeps to arrive, and I mean, not that you'll see, I have company in the kitchen at the moment. Young Miss Angry is just making some dinner, which is a thing you do in kitchens, really. So that's perfectly acceptable. Yeah, off and running. Hey, Miss Foxification, how's it going? And Locust Trooper, good to see you, man. Yeah, so it's all good. So rocking and a rolling. As I'm going to adjust my screen a little bit, maybe. Probably not worth obsessing about too much. Just rocking and rolling, and what a crazy old world we live in. All the things happening this week. Hey Toby, how's it going? I'm doing fairly well. You know, it's only Tuesday. It's an uneventful week for me so far. Not so much for the world. Like the referencing in the title of the stream, that very unbalanced shit Trump was doing with basically threatening Iran with nuclear war, and it's just like, yeah, that's what we need in the world, more random threats of global destruction. Hey Tendai, how's it going? Toby, yeah, well, yeah, there's trolls who's, you know, basically the only thing they have in their life is obsessing over me, basically. So yeah. Oh, hey, Bury and Orichalus Eels. Hello. Yes, Miss Foxification. The world generally has very unbalanced politicians. There certainly is a lot of evidence of that as we look around. Hey, Tara, how's it going? So, yes, the rest of us just trying to live our lives and hope things don't go too crazy. Bury, you want to die? Well, you know, with big mood, and you know, Trump seems determined to help on that. Miss Foxification, you made me laugh. Trolls like to stick their thumbs up places while thinking of me. Look, I do worry. So some of these types, their obsession is so extreme. It does seem more than a tad sexual. Hey, Aussie, yes, look, okay, you may be right, unfortunately, about the Minuteman missiles. You're right, Chapter Sultan. The Trump tweet was all caps, native language of brave, paper lines everywhere. Well, I reckon we're looking at medals tonight. What are we in? 5 minutes, and I've already drop-kicked 2 pathetic losers who need to get on with their boring lives. Locust Tripper, weight gain. You and me both, buddy. I think. Toby, yeah, I'm doing well, and the family well. I did have a long talk with Aidsy the other day. He's good when he's in the mood to talk. I think it helps distract him from the various medical misadventures he's having, and you know, that just is his lot in life, basically, medical misadventures. But yes, I had a good talk to him, and he's anyone who's seen him on the live stream knows he's a very talkative chap. You get, and coming from me, if I think someone's talkative, you know, it's quite hard to shut me up. So if someone's talkative by my measurement, they're very talkative. No. But yeah, no, he called me I was at work, talked for about 45 minutes. I would have talked for longer, but I was at work and I was going, I probably should stop talking to you now. And get on with some stuff. So yeah. Oh, Tendai, if we're going to face the end of the world, what soundtrack will we have? You know, the final countdown. Sorry, there's a ninja coming into the kitchen again. No, I try not to get distracted, but it's hard not to sometimes. Yes, the soundtrack for the end of the world. That's actually a song, isn't it? Soundtrack for the end of the world. I don't know. I thought one of the many sort of mutant superhero shows, someone shared a trailer for it on Facebook. I think it is based on a comic book. It's not one that I'm familiar with, but they were using the classic Killing Joke track 80s in the soundtrack. Now, I don't know if that means it's actually set in the 80s or if the people making the show just like that track. But yes. Oh God, Tara, this is you picking fights. Had a trainee psychiatrist trolling you, and you said with American standard ground laws, you'd have no problems disposing of him. And Twitter was not. Did you get a Twitter jail? I've had Twitter jails. AS Mix Fluxification, American Idiot is a popular soundtrack at the moment. Chapter Sultan, what are the songs in Fallout? I haven't played Fallout. I imagine, given the nature of the game, they would have good end of the world songs, but I haven't played the game, so I don't know the songs. Yes, Biori, the old REM one. It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Yeah, I feel like I want some heavy stuff. Yeah, I don't know, like the soundtrack to Mad Max Fury Road, the noise of the war drums and the guy with the flame throwing guitar. That's pretty good apocalypse soundtrack for me. Yes. Yes, Tara, you can apparently you can threaten nuclear war on Iran and Twitter won't do anything. But yeah, tell someone to fuck off and they might suspend you. Toby, Celtic King wants to know if I got the Christian books he ordered me. The last thing I got, which was probably from him, was it was a Spanish language Bible, which was interesting. But I haven't had any since then. So we've been playing Friends, Will Be Friends, Queen. I don't think I know that track. Biore, I don't know that Jack's pro-Nazi, but Jack doesn't seem to care that he's actively enabling Nazis. So, yeah. Ooh, Lotus Trip, a new Tim Tams called Chill Me Honeycomb. Oh, right. No, I know those Chill Me ones, yes. I don't think I've had the honeycomb one. Dude, that's why you and me putting on weight, eating too many Tim Tams. Agro Pixie, the weather from Welcome to Night Vale. That's another one I'm not familiar with. Oh, yeah, look, Miss Foster, Miss. Oh, yeah, look, Miss Foster, Miss Foxification. The Trump is like so obsessed with the whole Israel thing, and Israel says ridiculous. In Israel's defense, when you're surrounded by people who do say stuff on the regular about wiping you out, it's going to make you a bit antsy, a little bit twitchy. It's a difficult part of the world there. Tendo, throw in Zach. A little bit twitchy. It's a difficult part of the world there. Tendo, throw in Zuck and the Reddit admins. Oh, God, I don't know. The Reddit admins seem to be taking more action than anyone. Wasn't it funny? I don't know if everyone saw it, but Zuckerberg tying himself in knots, saying like, "Oh, we decided not to ban Holocaust deniers because that's not bad enough hate speech." And people, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? He goes, "Oh, I don't like Holocaust deniers. I don't mean to. I'm just giving them a platform where they can spread their filth, but I don't actually like." It's like, oh my God, dude, you're so clueless, honestly. Toby, you're putting on weight from drinking too much rum. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh yeah, misfoxification. That whole and like and Israel actually passed basically a supremacy law this week, which is creepy as hell. Biori, I know of Welcome to Night Vale, but I've never actually listened to it. I called it a game, didn't I? Yeah, no, sorry. I did actually know it was a podcast. Yeah, I just don't listen to, like, literally never listen to podcasts. Like, if I'm traveling around, I'll listen to music. Maybe I could get into podcasts, but I listen to music. Oh, is my connection lagging? Okay, let me... No, I'm on my best connection. Well, I've just been getting the weirdest shit from the racists this week. They're just obsessed. I'm just checking my connection, seeing if I can do anything. That's what we want. Let's do. I am actually, maybe this will make me lag if I do a speed test. No, okay. Download is, and I'm on Wi-Fi, which can be somewhat flaky. Download's looking okay. Upload, no, okay. Look, if the stream is lagging from your end, there is unfortunately a whole bunch of things that could be causing it. Okay, my upload speed's not fantastic. It looks like it's about 15, okay, 13 and a half MIPS. But that's usually enough to have a stream no problem. Unfortunately, there's a whole bunch of things that could be causing the problem. Pat talks. A lot of people don't like me. Thank you for sharing, buddy. I wasn't about... Like Paula, I did see that story this week that if you search idiot on Google image, Trump comes up first, and a whole bunch of the top 10 images are in fact Trump. Don't think I'm getting a DDoS attack, Logan Paula. Pat talks. I know there is a whole little cottage industry of sad little dweebs obsessing over me. Okay, is that 3 or 4 I've drop kicked tonight? I reckon we're on a bit of a roll. Yes, Tendai, it's Ajit Pai. His tendrils reaching out across the world. No, Ajit Pai doesn't have to fuck up Australia's internet. The Australian government does that all on its own. While we theoretically have a net neutrality standard here, they've just managed to fuck up the internet here. Oh, Logan, he comes up as traitor as well. Well, people have done that in past. Like, I think when Bush was in power, people had geared it. So I think if you put failure or miserable failure, Bush would come up, and there was one for Obama too. I don't remember, but it isn't that difficult to do for a major public figure, because no matter who you are, if you're a major public figure, there's a lot of people who don't like you. Lex Trooper, you're saying hearing has a live stream right now. Okay, let's see if we can medal. 10 boots for bronze, 20 for silver, 30 for gold. I think last time when it was crowded, we didn't get gold. We got to about 27. You know, if we could get to 30, that's a gold medal effort. Misclassification, they really don't think very much at all. So, oh man, why is, I swear to God, the fucking chat interface on this thing is not what. So yeah. Yes. So so he becomes a trainer. Okay, I actually feel compelled to check that one. Like Paula, what comes up if yes, vulgar slang for a woman's genitals? Woman's genitals. No, Trump does not come up for cunt. There you go. Hillary Clinton comes up in the, was he 6th? Trump's in the top 10, but it's not a negative one for him. Now, mind you, of course, to a degree, Google searches are, what do you call it, neutral, but they're also influenced by your own browsing history. Sally, namaste from South India. Thank you. Locust Trooper. Why is Barry accepted? That, look, in all seriousness, I don't fucking know. I think it's the fact that I refuse to like do, you know, video responses to him. I refuse to debate him. It just fucking gets under his skin. It's like, why can't he just move on? I'll review hardcore. You say he isn't live streaming? Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I was just going off a comment. Yeah. Apparently, some people are very desperate for attention. Hi, Barry. How's it going? Tendai, I did watch the Shazam trailer. No, I haven't watched the Aquaman trailer. See, I still haven't even seen Justice League. I'll watch it at some point. So, oh, sorry, I'm just seeing that debate. Toby and Celtic King want to know if I want to kiss a man. Tara reckons I'd do it for charity. I mean, by kiss, do you mean passionate, tonguey, what's not? Yeah, I mean, you know, no offense to anyone who is, but I'm just not attracted to dudes. And Mrs. Angry is gonna be pretty annoyed at me kissing anyone, quite honestly. Yes, aside from something special, yeah, that's on the not going to happen list. Logan Paul is saying DC's making a streaming service. Who ultimately owns DC? Because I assume not Disney, because like Disney owns Marvel, but I don't think they own DC, do they? But again, you know, fucking late stage capitalism. There's only half a dozen companies. It's very hard to keep track of who owns what. Like, you know, GE owns almost everything. Oh, Miss Fox, well, you know, it's our relationship's a teenager. Got to look after it now. Warner Brothers, but yeah, you think Warner Brothers owns DC, but I don't like Warner Brothers is owned by someone, I think. Like there was Time, which was News Corp. It's so hard to keep track of which of these mega corporations actually owns things. Stop encouraging the trolls, Tara. Oh dear. Actually, Ms. Foxfaction, talking about loyalty, there's Ever since I saw someone had found this really funny shit. I have a few friends who think just reading the relationships subreddit is enormously entertaining because they feel better about their lives, because some of the stuff people post, if it's true, their lives are just seriously fucked. So they troll for that reason. But I saw a guy had found this stuff on dudes who were so homophobic and so insecure in their masculinity that they wouldn't clean their own butts because going between the butt cheeks were it's gay. Like literally not wiping their asses properly, not washing their ass properly in the shower, because getting between the cheeks is gay. And it's like, how fucking insecure, how fucking insecure do you have to be to do that? And the stories, these questions were posted by women about their husbands. Like one of them, is this a deal breaker? Like literally, if the dude lies on his back in bed, like if they have sex in bed with him lying on his back, he actually leaves a shit skid mark on the sheet. That's how dirty he is. And she goes, is this a deal breaker? And I'm thinking, fuck yes, it is. And it's like, so I've, been in a relationship for 13 years. And how do you keep a relationship going for 13 years? Well, you work at it. But when I see these things of these guys who won't even clean their own butts to the point they stink and they leave dirty grey shit stains on their undies and on their bed sheets, I think, am I trying too hard? Honestly, it feels like maybe I don't need to work as much as I do if guys like that have relationships. I don't know. It's just really fucking weird. Yes. Oh, Logan Paul. That's a thing I've heard multiple times, that the Bing search engine is good for porn, which is hilarious. Oh, Jesus, Tara. Yeah, I know. There's the thing. You get involved with trolls, they will say nasty things, saying that the transgender suicide rate's not high enough. Yeah, well, what a piece of shit. Sally's saying the video's gone, but the comments are still there. Let me have a look. Oh, yeah, it is stalled. Is the audio still going? Okay, what is that? And see, I don't even know if I'll do that. It's working? Okay, cool. See, I don't know if I can do anything actually. Yes. I don't know what to do. Oh, it came back. Good. I'll refresh the video. Yes, okay. So refresh the video if it stalls. Okay, I can still hear and see. Good. Yeah, you're right, Miss Foxification. It may be YouTube. Yeah. Actually, when I look at it myself, it looks like it's stalled. Yeah, I'm just worried if I refresh it, it would die altogether, and the YouTube streaming thing confuses the shit out of me sometimes. So I'll keep soldiering on. We'll see if it lasts. So yeah, it is what it is. It was weird because, like I said, I did a speed test check, and yeah, I did a speed test, and my connection seems okay, but it's not. Thank you for keeping me updated on the dislikes, Toby. You know what I could do? I could get a cable I could get a cable and connect my laptop with it. Let me have a look. Look, maybe I should try. Hi, Pat. How's it going? Yeah, Game Frost. Okay, you guys, like, this will literally take me 30 to 60 seconds. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to try and get a cable to run out here and see if I can connect my laptop. So wait, you'll wait there. Will happen if I click refresh on my end. Yes, okay, I'm not on Wi-Fi anymore. Okay. What's happening with the video? What's happening with the video? So, yes. I'm hoping that it's working again now. And I'm just really dubious about actually refreshing on my end because I'm worried that that'll cut out the stream. So so I need to be guided by you. Oh, I need to close the door over here. Hang on a sec. Don't know if this will work. Oh wait, I think it might have worked. I think it might have worked. Yeah, very much. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if the weather had something to do with it. Still quite laggy. Yeah, it's way worse than it normally is, and I don't know why. Working again. I'm just going to turn this sound up, which will be confusing for a sec. Yeah. No. Okay. Well, we didn't lose the stream, which was my main concern. Let's just get on with it, okay? We've got the audio. I think it's working again. Yes, Tendo, we could pray to the streaming gods. All these things might work. Sacrifice a black goat under the full moon. Yeah, it could be. Look, could be anything. That's right. Miss Foxification. Maybe someone else is uploading. Yeah, I know young Miss Angry's playing games. She'll probably get really annoyed. She'll probably get really annoyed if it's affecting her games at all. Yeah, look, it could be anything. It could be at my end. It could be at a fucking junction somewhere. It could be at YouTube's end. It could be anything. But we'll stick, the audio is working, and there's just a really laggy, low frame rate video. Yeah, I was just, oh my God, the video's at such a low frame rate. It's quite ridiculous. But yeah, that's okay. That happens. Sometimes that happens. It's happening today. This is weird with this particular setup with YouTube that they let people put whatever display name they want. It's quite strange. Taramon, hi Res, I am the same as I am every live stream. Just doing it off my laptop. you know, if I I don't let me have a gonna try and see the settings if there's something I can do. What can we do? Videos, statistics, public, let's see, allow comments, view ratings. Okay. Best for new. That's weird. No, I'm looking at the different settings and none of it's helping me. Normal latency, low latency, ultra low latency, but I don't see a way where I can. Look, we'll just let that go and go back to watching the chat. I think. Yeah, Game of Frost. The internet gods are not being kind to me. But Big Pat, it's your brother's birthday today. Happy birthday to your brothers. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, Charlie. Technically, there's definitely a thumbs down on the stream tonight. It doesn't win any prizes on a technical front. But look, so long as the audio is still working, we can have like a 3 frames a second video feed. Oh, yeah, Starry, you're right. It can just be a static image. I have seen a lot of people do streams and not even have video on them. But we'll soldier on because we'll soldier on for a while anyway and see how it goes. Toby. Thank Celtic King for sharing that he has a RedTube account. He's Boner Bear 345. Nice. Thanks for dropping by, Game of Frost. It's always good to. Tara, why are you encouraging the trolls? Yes. So I'm going to have some cranberry juice in my lemonade. There we go. A little bit of cranberry juice and some lemonade. So I can keep talking. Yes, yes, you're right, Miss Foxification. The golden age of the NBN, the future of stream gaming. And everyone ragged on them the time they ran that ad saying, yes, for the gaming you want. And the kid actually had a PS2 controller in their hands. Oh my God, Logan Paul, a 13-year-old at your school got caught watching RedTube at school. Yep, that is a dumbass. That is a dumbass right there. Miss Foxification, the trolls have an eggplant tonight. Yeah, they're a bit like that. I should have, I get the weirdest comments sometimes. I'm obviously used to troll comments. I'm used to hater comments. I've been doing YouTube for so long. It's just part and parcel of it. It's like, okay, but they're so weird and they're so stupid. I find myself seriously at a loss sometimes as I look at them and go, okay, are you typing something that stupid just to annoy me? Which I would get. Okay, you're trying to annoy me, so you type something that's too stupid to even respond to. But then I'm going like, what? I worry sometimes, like, do they actually believe it? Like, if they're typing something super stupid just to try and annoy me, that makes a reasonable amount of sense point of view. But I'm really worried about some of them when they type something brain-bendingly stupid that they just straight up believe it. And I'm like, it's really actually quite disturbing that you believe that, because that's just super fucking weird that someone would believe that. Yeah, Ms. Fox, you're right. They're either just very stupid people or deliberate time-wasting trolls, and neither of them are worth your time. So it's yeah, it's very weird. But anyway, Toby, how do I view masturbation? I think masturbation's underrated, quite honestly. I think the world would be in a better state if more people were less repressed about masturbation. That's my personal view. Men hugging is good. The idea that men shouldn't hug or that hugging has to be sexual is absolutely ridiculous. Whenever we do any of our YouTube meetups, all of us who know each other, it's always hugging. And if we meet someone for the first time, we're just going, well, by the end of the day, we're buds, so we'll be hugging by the end of the day. That's like the epitome of toxic masculinity, that men can't express emotions apart from anger. Men can't be close to one another without it being gay, and being gay is wrong. It's just absolutely ridiculous, denying men that closeness is ridiculous. This is sort of shit that leads to the high suicide rate among men. Men aren't allowed to have feelings. Men aren't allowed to express feelings. Men aren't allowed any sort of close friendship or intimacy. It's ridiculous. Oh yes, I actually like that line, Sally, explaining to your Afghan hubby how does a country with compulsory education have so many idiots in it. So it is a question for the ages. Jack, hug on first time. See, that's the thing. Sometimes with people at first time, if people are down for it, I'm down for it. But I'm also respectful of boundaries. Someone doesn't necessarily want to hug straight away. That's okay. And it's a bit weird sometimes to do it straight away. But yeah, I mean, if it's arranged meetup and someone said, "Oh, I'm coming to the meetup, I want to see you," you know, I actually am not on Wi-Fi anymore. I connected to a cable. I don't know why the stream's so bad. It shouldn't be so bad, but it is. Let me just check something. If this cable has improved things, I mean, it should have. Okay, so I'm going to see how much better, if at all, the connection is now that I've connected by a cable. Jesus, the download looks worse. Okay, what's the up going to do? Okay, the up's about the same. Okay, fine, good on you. Although, actually, to be completely accurate, I should probably use. Oh, look, it says your internet speeds fast. Your connection should be able to handle multiple devices streaming HD videos at the same time. Should be. It's not really, and it's not like I'm trying to do HD here. Yeah, it's saying it should be able to do it. You're right, Logan Paula. Women can have close friends. Women can kiss and hug and whatnot, and men have this shit laid on them, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And it's why men can only express themselves through violence. Ridiculous. Sorry, Sally. I got to laugh there. It's funny that how many supposedly English-speaking racists have trouble speaking English with any degree of finesse. Absolutely right. So I'm just going to try it on the other browser because that's the one I just want to get a direct comparison, because different servers might have said different things, but I don't even really know. Holy cow! yeah, okay. Okay, this one's, the speed test is going wild. Okay, let's go upload. No, the upload's about to say, it's, oh man, it's going all over the shop, the upload. The upload's a little bit better. Yeah, okay, download's better. That's kind of what I expected. Whatevs. Okay, so we're stuck with a flaky stream. There's no getting around that. Yes, it's absolutely ridiculous. Yes, Tendai, toxic masculinity. Oh yeah, okay. Yes, Miss Foxification. It's gross if you hug a woman and some guy nearby makes gross comments. Jack McQuack, what do Australian hillbillies sound like? That is an interesting question. Because I come from a country area in Australia. Basically, in Australia, the more remote you get, the slower people talk. And the following is not really an exaggeration. Um, uh, Once you get up to the Northern Territory, which is quite isolated, like Darwin and around there, you'll actually get people talking like this, and they just talk more slowly. They would find the way I talk far too fast. And actually, if Aidsy was here, he is exceptionally good at the regional accents in Australia. Oh my God, CrossFitter, that is a good line. It's a flaky street. Happens to men of a certain age. I am a man of a certain age. There is no Felix Hill. I did not see that stand your ground shooting in Florida. I did not see that story. Hey, we're on the internet now. I want to see it. Let me have it. Stand your ground shooting in Florida. Okay, I want to see this story. Okay. I don't know. It's got a. Okay, someone got killed over a parking spot. 28-year-old father was mortally wounded in his children after an argument over a parking spot. Wow. So they got in a fight, guy pulled a gun. Wow. That's that's pretty full on. Yeah, okay. Yes. Yeah, so the suggestion is the guy is not going to face charges because there was an altercation and he was defending himself. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I mean, Foxification, you're saying Darwin's full of Southerners. Darwin is where everyone goes to hide. Uh, Darwin is where everyone goes to hide. If someone wants to get away from a bad relationship from their family or is hiding from a crime, they go to Darwin, Northern Territory, because it's so fucking isolated that people don't find you. Bury, I'm not 100% sure, but it actually looks like a white guy shot a black guy. I'm not 100% sure. The dead guy was a black guy. I don't know about the actual shooter, but yeah, that's. Sorry, this just made me think. I think it was Texas where they had an open carry for swords made legal, so you can actually stride the streets with your sword in your scabbard. Yes, well, Benny, this is like you're right. America does feel like it's a bit unsafe. I mean, it's a country where, without exaggeration, statistically, you are more likely to be shot by a toddler with a gun than by a terrorist. And that is really unsettling, quite honestly. Charlie, the mayor of Logan, got arrested for assault. You think you voted for him? Oops. Bronx, right? A lot of things are at your own peril if there is a stand your ground law. It is very fucking weird. Toby and Celtic King, you got to go. Okay, love you too, buddy. Maybe see you again later. No, misfoxification, not a euphemism. You will, and that was the joke. Foxification, not a euphemism. You will, and that was the joke someone on a Texas campus did. It's illegal to own a dildo. You could open carry a gun. So they were open carrying dildos to protest the ridiculousness of the law, which is kind of fascinating, quite honestly. Jack McQuack, you've met toddlers. There's an overlap with theirs. There's that really funny meme that I quite like. It's like what to do if you're stabbed by a toddler. It's a comic. This guy gets stabbed by a toddler, and then you have to punch them back. It's like, clearly violence is the only thing these people understand, and you have to beat the toddler up because they stabbed you. One of those very nonsensical little jokes. You tell a lot of kids have shot their siblings or their parent or someone else. I'm not even joking. That was not a joke. That was not hyperbole for the sake of trying to make a point. People are shot by toddlers with guns on a semi-regular basis, and you are far more at risk of being shot by a toddler in America than you are by a terrorist, which is incredibly disturbing, quite honestly. The easy access to guns, or people. Oh, true story. Friend of mine at college. Well, okay, two friends of mine, boyfriend, girlfriend. I went to college in Bathurst, which is west of Sydney, just across the mountains. And this couple, they were driving to Sydney. The girl had a Volkswagen Beetle, and the guy rode a motorcycle. The girl was a little bit ahead, and she lost control on a corner, went off the road, smacked right into a big old tree, and because it was like a Volkswagen with no fucking safety features, a seatbelt snapped. She went through the windshield, may or may not have hit the tree, but then bounced back into the car and cut the face up going through the windshield and coming back, like really massive. Like there was one huge gash here and one down here. And her boyfriend, my friend, was on a motorcycle a minute or two behind her, and he like rounded a corner and saw her car smashed against the tree, which is, right up there with the worst things you can think of, I reckon. And he thought she was dead because there was blood everywhere and her face was all fucked up, but she wasn't dead. And he was from the Northern Beaches in Sydney, and he'd done surf lifesaving, so he knew first aid, but he didn't have a first aid kit with him. And some other cars stopped, and everyone was all upset. And he's trying to get his head together and stop the bleeding. And he said to this woman, who's one of the people who stopped, and he said, "Do you have anything in your purse that you use for bleeding?" He's trying to, even as his girlfriend's got blood everywhere, he's trying to be all circumspect about, do you have anything you use for bleeding? And because it was not bullet wounds, it was cuts. He didn't want tampons. He wanted absorbent sanitary pads. This woman did, which, she was never really fond after the fact of him telling this story of holding her face together and stopping the bleeding with sanitary pads. So, but that's a thing that happens. Ooh, that's an interesting thing, misfoxification. Carry something called Yunnan Bio. Chinese, stops bleeding, disperses blood stasis, activates blood circulation, alleviates pain, clears away toxins, reduces swelling. Yes, Tara, the pads soaked up the blood and actually staunched the blood flow because he didn't have pressure bandages or anything. So he's sticking sanitary pads to her face to hold her together. Yeah, Sally, I get the people saying, you know, sticking a tampon in a bullet wound could theoretically be quite good for stopping bleeding, but you know, it might just make you bleed internally, which is not a good thing. But yeah, that's a true story from some friends of mine. She had her face held together by sanitary pads after going through the windshield of a car. And this, again, there's the other thing. This was an old Volkswagen. So the glass broke, among the more horrific things I can imagine. I think we should talk about something a bit more cheerful than that. Purely Jupiter ascending her. I don't get that reference. I have actually seen Jupiter ascending, but does someone have their wounds treated with sanitary pads in Jupiter ascending? I don't remember it that well. Maybe we should talk about movies. We always end up talking about movies or TV shows. I just watched that new animated series on Netflix called Final Space. It's very interesting. It's not great. Like I watched the whole season. There's like 10 half-hour episodes. Didn't take that long to watch. Watched it over the last couple of days. Uh, um, uh, I don't know if anyone else has watched it, so I won't say any spoilers. But I feel like it wasn't particularly funny, and I don't think they got the balance between drama and comedy right. Although I didn't really care about the characters. I wanted Benny, you found €30 on the way to work. Score. Okay, Bury. Channing Tatum's character gets wounded, and the female lead uses pads to treat wounds. Okay, cool. Animals, your mate got an operation to remove nasal polyps. His nose started to bleed, so he stuck it. I've heard that one. It's hilarious. I love that you think it was hilarious. He's got a tampon stuck up his nose that he's actually getting overly filled with the blood and you have to take him to hospital. You all think it's hilarious. I just have this tiny suspicion your friend finds it less hilarious than you do. I don't know the circumstance. I'm taking a guess, but I have a little guess your friend found it less hilarious than you do. Oh, Miss Foxification, the Wikipedia link, the Yunnan Bao. I love that stuff. Good advice, Sally. Pads can make good rabbit ears and dress ups, but don't do it for your kid during school book week. Oh, dear. There was even an ad for sanitary pads on Australian TV where the buffhead boyfriend is looking for something in his girlfriend's bag and he finds the pads and he's like, liquid in women's sanitary product ads, always blue. That is just like, why isn't it red? I'm just saying, why isn't it red? It is really, really strange that we still have this hang up about sanitary products for women. We can't actually really say that it's because the uterus walls bleed every month. We'll pretend that's not what it is. And so we'll use blue water in the ads. And it's just like, oh, okay. Sure, you're not familiar with the term buffet? That's a very Australian sound. Oh, thanks, Logan, for up to 15. Just I have annoyed a lot of people, dude. It's as simple as that. I have annoyed a lot of people. C'est la vie, I say. That is just a thing that happens. If you have an opinion on the internet, I mean, yeah, just really weird. Ooh, Tara, you have a silicone gel for wounds. Ugh. Well, to stop it from scarring, is that it? Yeah. Oh, Sally, that's a classic. The Colgate woman with the chalk. But yeah, I don't know if that was an ad type around the world, but at least in Australia, we had an ad that ran for a really long time with this woman. The character was called Mrs. Marsh, who was mysteriously in people's houses all the time. I don't know if she's meant to be a babysitter or something. And she just say like, oh yes, the fluoride in the toothpaste gets in like water into this chalk. And she'd dip a bit of chalk into coloured water and then break the chalk in half to show that the coloured water had penetrated the chalk, which makes no sense at all. Makes no sense at all. So what the hey? Oh, misfoxification. You had another stream that wasn't lagging. It's clearly something with my internet. I don't usually have this problem. I honestly usually don't have this problem. So I don't know what's causing it tonight, but I mean, we can just soldier on for a while. Jack, you like Wanga Fat Wednesday, but you see why people get annoyed. Sacred cows get slaughtered. That's such a great phrase. Sacred cows get slaughtered. It's so funny with people who say, "Oh, you just hate everyone's conservative." No, I don't. In fact, the acronym Wanga Fat comes from an internet friend of mine from the Deep South, and he's a Gulf War veteran. Mac, he's a great bloke, and he just liked that. I don't take any shit. Like politically, we were very different. He was quite conservative, and I'm obviously not. But he just liked that I took no shit, and we could basically respect each other's differences. And he said about when I make the video, he goes, "Oh, I love the way you take on some stuff. You just like don't give a fuck, and uh, it's just like I love. I feel like you're saying in some of your videos, what am I not giving a fuck about today?" And I just looked at that phrase and I went, "Hey, there's an acronym there. Look, wank of it. I think I should. I don't think I should actually call videos that. The what am I not giving a fuck about today videos." So yeah, that was my friend from West by God, Virginia, Mac. Okay, how's the rain? It's eased up here at about 4 o'clock. It was raining and quite heavily and windy, but it's not raining now. But it really set in for about an hour or so. Miss Foxification, you think I should do a malware scan? You think I should look at Task Manager? Okay. Let me have a quick look at Task Manager, and I'll look at what's what. Sorry, Sally. That made me laugh. Say cows are sacred. Yabby looks at the cows and says, "We could get 3,000 for that meat in Afghanistan. A Hindu's going to slaughter him one day." I have actually read that there is some actual really quite full-on violence from Hindu extremist cows and people of other religious persuasions in India who eat meat, eat meat. Um, I've I've read some stories that there's actually some really fucking full-on violent reprisals go on. Man, this laptop is just Task Manager's not even working. What the hell is that? Show me more details. Ah, there we go. Processes. Yeah, Chrome. Maybe I shouldn't use Chrome. Chrome's using up all the processing power. I mean, I can't change it now because I've started this stream. Maybe next time I should try and run the stream in Firefox, which is supposed to, yeah, Chrome is using like 70% of the CPU power. That's really weird. Logan Paul, ever seen the story? Who had sex with his cow because he thought his wife. Dude. I don't even. Once we get into bestiality, it's like, no, I just don't feel like I really want to go there. That's just. All right. Well, I can't do anything now because it really will kill the stream if I start running your sort of malware checks, etc. I'm trying to think what bloody malware checker I have on this because I did install something. But yeah, that will definitely interfere with the live stream. But next stream I might actually try running it off Firefox, because maybe that'll run better. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But we could try. And see what's going on. Oh, Philo Sealer, you changed to Edge. Microsoft love you. I do like that trivia about eating meat in intoxication. Australia is the only country that eats animals that's on its coat of arms. You get that at some restaurants where they give you a dish that's kangaroo and emu. They call it the coat of arms. Philo Sealer, I think there are a few states in the US where bestiality is not illegal, which is super weird. And it occasionally comes up for a vote. And it's super interesting that there are politicians who vote. Look, we've started the talk. Where is bestiality legal? 10 US states. There are 10 US states where bestiality is legal. Let us illuminate ourselves. Ohio, Hawaii, that's interesting. Kentucky, Nevada, New Mexico, Texas, Vermont, West Virginia, Wyoming, and the District of Columbia. Bestiality is not illegal in any of those states in the US. Well, don't we feel better knowing that now, honestly? Jack, you can do animal husbandry with horses in Kentucky. Oh dear. I feel like as a sheep shagging, right? Everyone has someone who they call sheep shaggers. Australians say it about New Zealanders. New Zealanders say it about Australians. English say it about the Welsh. I think probably the Germans say it about the English. Oh, Logan Paul, that's funny. You say bestiality can kill you because of bacteria, so why would you even try? Look, honestly, I think someone who's into bestiality is not thinking about bacteria. So yes, for those who missed it, the states are Hawaii, Kentucky, Nevada, New Mexico, Ohio, Texas, Vermont, West Virginia, Wyoming, District of Columbia. 10 states where bestiality is not illegal in the US. I'm not sure about Australia, quite honestly. Not sure at all. But Bury, we should call it animal erotica. Logan Paul, you heard it can cause cancer. Well, I'm not joking. Human sex can cause cancer. There are various cancers that can be caused by sex. Obviously, there's the vaccine that was developed to immunize against HPV, which is a sexually transmitted cancer. And there are stories that you can get throat cancer from lots of oral sex, which is, really disturbing. when it comes down to it. I did see a joke once because Michael Douglas, the actor, had throat cancer. It was successfully treated, but he went on record and said, because he's one of those people who said he had sex addiction, and he said he reckons he got the throat cancer from going down on lots of women. I did see this joke of women. I did see this joke online. There was just a picture of Michael Douglas when he had a thing on his throat, and it's like Michael Douglas says, even with the cancer, all the oral sex was probably worth it. It's just like, okay. You're right, Phil. Keep your smartphone away from your dog. Don't want him being seduced to run away to USA, leave you for some bitch never even met. Yes. But, you know, farm people, what are we going to say? Because I grew up in the country, right? And people will joke about it all the time, but it does happen. And no, I've never actually had sex with an animal. Thanks for asking. But no, when you live in a rural area, you do hear the stories. And the stories are pretty disturbing, quite honestly. So, yes, less about that. The other, I think we've got onto one of those topics again. We always sort of wade through all of these topics, and I was trying to steer us onto something better. Like, hey, what movies are you all up for seeing? I just saw Ant-Man and the Wasp, which was fun, and I'm trying to think what's coming out later in the year that I'm interested in. I think the next film I go and see will be The Breaker-Uppers, a New Zealand comedy that sounds really good. It's just opening in Australia this week. I might go and see it on the weekend. It might be date night with Mrs. Angry. Might go out for dinner, cocktails, and a movie. Go and see The Breaker-Uppers. We'll see. So I might go see that this weekend. Trying to think what other movies. There's one that everyone's talking up, an American one that's got a lot of people talking it up. It's called Sorry for the Interruption or something. Everyone's saying how amazing that is. A lot of the big marquee pictures for the rest of the year I'm not particularly interested with. Yeah, Tara, the Queen movie might be interesting. Logan Paul saying DC's doing a streaming service. Yeah, I'm more thinking about going out, because I have streaming services home. Obviously, I watch movies on that. I'm thinking of going out to the movies. Maybe the Queen movie, you know, maybe Tom Hardy and Venom. Maybe there's a couple of I like the Fantastic Beasts movie. Unpopular opinion. I thought the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find the movie was better than any of the Harry Potter movies. I liked it more than I liked any of the Harry Potter movies, and I know that might be seen as sacrilege by a lot of Harry Potter fans. I thought it was better. And yes, for anyone who's going to say, I think Johnny Depp's a piece of shit, they shouldn't have cast him. Oh, Glass, yeah. I can wait for that Feeler and Sealer. I was kind of intrigued because it wasn't that long ago that I saw Split for the first time. And the post-credits sequence where they had Bruce Willis, his character from Unbreakable, in it, and it's like, oh no, we've got the expanded M. Night Shyamalan universe happening, and yeah, we really do with Glass. So there you go. Frogbond, opinions on 12-year-old furries who steal music. Dude, that's really, really narrow thing to want to question on. 12-year-old furries who steal music to profit. Well, if you break copyright on YouTube, you can't make money off it anyway. They shut down your channel. So, I mean, like, yeah, I've actually watched a couple of movies on subscription services recently. Yeah, rather than buying stuff on video. I get, if it's a movie I really want, I'll get the disc that like has extra features. Like I just rewatched Star Wars: The Last Jedi on the weekend, and man, fuck, that's a good movie. I hadn't watched it for a little while. Rewatching it, I was like, man, this is a fucking good movie. And I agree with whoever said they want to watch Deadpool 2 again. I think I'll probably get that on disc. I really like Deadpool, and I like Deadpool 2. Jack McQuack, you like Deadpool 2? Yeah, I reckon I'll do that. Hi, Tiny Ninja, and hi, Celtic King. Just cook the man some fucking eggs. Okay, I'm kind of full, but yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. Ooh, new cinema has pizzas. I often go to Gold Class. Animals is angry coming back. I'm still here, dude. Yeah, if you can't see me, I'm going to say try refreshing your screen if the video is frozen. Nah. Yeah, you're right with Foxification. They really make money off the snacks and drinks at cinema. And I often go to what they call Gold Class at the village cinemas, where you buy up market food. Oh, I fucking love you too, Celtic King. Benny Tops, I'm opposed to privatisation on almost every level. No, first time. You saw my angry spirit joke. For those who don't know, I feel like I accomplished something today on the interwebs with a joke. Fairly well-known internet personality and author Cory Doctorow posted this picture of his drinks cabinet where the glass front of it had mysteriously shattered when he was out of the house. He said, "There's no sign of a break-in. Nothing else is damaged. The alcohol wasn't disturbed, but the glass front of the drink cabinet was shattered." And he's going, "Why was that?" And I threw in angry spirits. See, I was making a pun because he had spirits in the thing, and we talk about poltergeists and stuff being angry spirits. And I said, black conservatives. There are black conservative politicians for that matter. People are different. People want different things. But I will not indulge stupid little shit-eating alt-right cunts who lie and expect people to engage with their fucking lies. And, speaking as a black person who's definitely a black person, I think that the real victims in the world today are straight white Christian men. And that's absolutely true. And all my black friends think the same thing. Okay? It's like, fuck off, you obvious fake piece of shit. What are they? You see, of course there are black conservatives. People want different things. There are straight white Christian ultra left wingers for that matter, okay? But I mean, the idea that you stupid fucking troll pieces of shit with your fake accounts should be taken seriously, fuck you, you piece of fucking shit. Celtic King, no, I do not like Lauren Southern. I was a backer of the Yard Crew, the people who spend their time yelling at racist dogs. They're very funny. They're all for free speech, and their particular thing of free speech is to go along to the free speech rallies of the fucking neo-Nazis and tell them to get fucked. Tiny Ninja, no, you're not really a black conservative. You're a lying fucking coward, okay? You are a lying fucking coward with an anonymous account, and you're a pathetic lying, slimy little shit with nothing to offer the fucking world, you pathetic fucking loser. You're worthless fucking garbage, okay? And I'm just kicking you around for entertainment for the audience because you're a worthless fucking piece of shit. You're a liar, you're a coward, and you're utter fucking garbage. And hello, Christian Smith. How are you? This is a fun, friendly, family-oriented live stream, and I hope you enjoy it. Anyone who says otherwise is a fucking liar. Oh, how can you do this? Oh, fuck off, you boring cunt. Jesus fucking Christ. This is one of the things, like, you know, I get all these fuckers who go, why won't you engage? Why won't you? Because you're a liar who argues in bad faith and you waste fucking time. It's just like so fucking stupid. Charlie, that was not the first troll. That's about the, I don't know, 6th or 7th I've booted tonight. Okay, Tara and Logan could probably both do with calming down a little bit, quite honestly. Yes, you're right. There's gay Republicans as well. And it's about money. Or look, again, people want different things out of life. I personally have a little bit of trouble understanding people who align themselves to an ideology that's vilifies them. But yes, Sally, we are all black conservatives. There's no two ways about it. Kilter King, what do I think should happen to Lauren Southern? I don't know, she's just boring, man. She's just like, she is really boring. She's a horrible racist who seems to actually want to hurt and even cause the death of refugees. Like, she's a really fucking awful person. Logan, cool, you're calm. I did actually say both of you. I didn't single out either of you. I just said both of you calm down. Oh my God, Jack, sorry, you just made me laugh there. We should hang out and black around a bit. Okay. Oh dear. Yeah, but anyway, I agree. Let her fade her into obscurity. I think she's very boring. I think she's a liar. I think she argues in bad faith. I think she's a nasty racist, and I'm just into not spending a lot of time on people like that. Yeah, Miss Fox, I agree with you completely. It's like these people who don't realize. Logan Paul, he just wrote, I'm calm in all caps. That doesn't seem all that calm. My first idea. How did we get onto megadeaths? That was a thing that came up in the Cold War when we were all paranoid about dying in nuclear conflagration. Christian. Okay, look. God, stop the boats. Look, I get. Okay. I like that you asked about, okay, the Australian government has this narrative that they've stopped the boats and saving lives. They were never interested in saving lives. They invented a narrative that said, ooh, the only reason we want to stop boats is because it's really dangerous and people smugglers are profiting from it. And the fact that we've worked out it helps us electorally with particularly racist voters is completely unrelated to anything. They haven't stopped the boats. They've lied about it. They've cut deals and paid off people smugglers, paid off countries like Indonesia to hold boats there. So it's basically their whole narrative is full of lies. Yeah, and it's not like the Labor Party can stand up and say they're any better. The Labor Party is shit on the topic as well. Oh my God. Ms. Foxification, has Roseanne done another shitty thing? I've missed that. I don't know what she's doing lately. Yeah. Celtic, you like to put your things in your bum. Dude, lots of people like to put things in their bum. If that's your thing, that's your thing. And that's completely okay. Feeling silly. So, yo, the Cold War. Look, this is the Cold War because I grew up in the Cold War. Okay, so I grew up thinking we were all going to die in a nuclear war. So yeah, this resurgence of fear of global war, it's like, oh, it's so retro. I feel like my youth. I feel like my youth is coming back with everyone fearing dying in a nuclear conflagration. It's like oh, it's the 80s all over again. It's fabulous. Oh my God. Oh, okay, Miss Foxification, you deleted it. So I don't know if that was meant to be here. See, Charlie, there's nothing wrong if you think butt stuff's fun. I am all for people doing anything that doesn't hurt other people. Oh, Miss Foxification, that was Roseanne. She looked drunk and screaming, I thought the bitch was right. What was that in relation to? That's so surreal. And I'm really wondering why I hadn't heard of it. Oh, she uploaded it to her own channel. Okay, God, that's weird. Adele, as an emo, you're cool with the threat of impending doom. I like that. Ah, the terrible fashion of the 80s. I remember because I like a lot of 80s music still, and I remember posting one of my favorites because you find it on YouTube. A guy called Pete Wiley had a band called the Mighty Wah, released a lot of stuff under a really great pop song that he released as the Mighty Wah called Come Back. And I shared that because it's a really good pop song, but everyone in it has just got the hugest 80s hair. And everyone who was younger, who hadn't experienced the 80s, when I shared this, they were looking at this hair that's up to here going, the fuck is going on with that hair? Man, it was the 80s, man. We just said hair should be about this big in the 80s. It's pretty full on, but yes. We're talking about, is Trump going to start World War III? I don't know. I have ceased trying to understand or make predictions about Trump because none of it makes any sense. None of it makes any sense. Local Pride, I don't think Trump grabbed Putin's pussy. Where you look at Trump has smashed the Republican Party. He's made them grovel to him. He's made people who spoke out against him turn around and grovel to him. So, but then when you see him with Putin, and it's absolutely reversed, he's groveling to Putin. Putin is clearly in control in the relationship. And it's really weird to see. Benny in the 80s in the Balkans, because synth pop was big everywhere in the 80s, I think. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, Sally, no. You're absolutely right. Abbott did filthy deals with the Sri Lankan government. They actually, full on, a group of Tamil refugees fleeing Sri Lanka got intercepted by the Australian Navy, and they handed them straight back to the Sri Lankan military, like the people who were responsible for really brutal oppression of the Tamil minority, and they handed them straight to the military. That was so fucked up. Absolutely fucked up. Celtic King. I don't know if AZ is up for it. Honestly, he's in a relationship, and I don't know that he's really into it. Sally, you posted some synth pop on Facebook. See, I like synth pop. Well, it depends what you call synth pop. I mean, I was into stuff like, you know, The Cure and well, the British, they were kind of synth pop, like Shriekback, and the Smiths were a guitar band, not synth pop. But New Order, the New Order was a classic synth pop from the 80s. That was something into it. Oh, yeah, but you're talking about Trump having all the deferments from Vietnam and yet being very pro-war. But that's been really common on, and it's not limited to Republicans in the US, but it's been very noticeable with Republicans who dodged the draft for Vietnam, being really pro-war when it's not them who's going to be sent. That's pretty thin. Sally, you're into Ultravox and Gary Newman. Tento, that's another one. Depeche Mode. I was very into Depeche Mode. Oh yeah, Captain Sensible, who was from The Damned. Oh yes, Benny Tops, Blue Monday. That was a New Order classic from the very early 80s. Blue Monday's from the very early 80s. I think that was their first big hit after reforming as New Order, because they were Joy Division, and their lead singer Ian Curtis hung himself, and they kept going and just changed their name to New Order. Logan Paul, did Trump threaten Iran about World War III? Trump basically straight up threatened Iran with nuclear strikes, which was pretty fucking creepy. Charlie, in the 80s, your mum went to a club where women ran around with invisible dog harnesses. Yes, I've been to clubs now where people are actually wearing collars and leads and harnesses and whatnot. Sorry, suddenly we're discovering everyone's Captain Sensible fans. Celtic King, I will mention to AZ that you're definitely up for the butt sex, okay? Yeah. I got The Damned had a few good songs. Captain Sensible was in The Damned, he had a couple of solo hits as well after The Damned. But there were a few Damned songs that I quite liked. I still, occasionally find like 80s music that I'm into. Oh, Sally, yeah, Psychedelic Furs. Oh man, they were a good crossover because they were more a guitar band, and they have a slightly dark sort. They're like almost sort of proto emo with the stuff. So yeah. Oh, Benny, I saw that. That is a good video. There's a video, you can find it on YouTube, of this mob, and it might be on the BBC's channel. This mob did a version of Blue Monday using instruments from the 1930s, and it's really good. I now was discussing which side is Russia on with Iran. Traditionally, Russia did support Iran. I don't know what's happening currently, but traditionally, Russia has supported Iran. I don't know what the current status is. Oh, Sally, you're into Duran Duran. I liked the theatrics of Duran Duran, and some of their videos were really good. Yes, Megalich, you have missed most of it. I'm probably around for about half an hour or something, but still here, still here. Oh yes, Phil Attila, Altered Images, that's another good one. There were a lot of good Australian bands in the 80s, like the Go-Betweens, and I was thinking, but a lot of the Australian music in the 80s was still the guitar rock based stuff like Midnight Oil and Spy versus Spy. I was thinking of Spy versus Spy earlier tonight, actually. Just really weird. You get that thing where a song from ages ago pops into your head and you think, man, I've not thought about that song in such a long time. Oh my God, Sally, Pseudo Echo, they were so shitty. Yes, Pseudo Echo were quite big in Australia in the 80s. So yeah, there were lots of different, and of course, I mean, In Excess were really big in the 80s. I was not that into. Oh my God, Sally, Uncanny X-Men are touring again. Oh my God, that's really full on. Oh Jesus. Tendo, you like Michael Jackson? I was never a huge Michael Jackson fan. I can see what people like about him, but I was never that into him. And Celtic King, what do I like? Well, we were saying a lot of this 80s music, but current music, I like a lot of Aussie hip hop. Like I'm a big Hilltop Hoods fan. Uh, well, the last, like I often buy compilations. Like I always get the Triple J Hottest 100. I like last year's Hottest 100. What have I, things I've bought recently. AB Original do Australian Indigenous rappers. I bought Montaigne's album. She is great. Apparently, she came to notice she won Triple J's Unearthed High. When she was a high school student, she won a competition. I like her stuff. She's got a great voice. She's a good songwriter. I did buy a Youngbloods EP, the one that has I Love You, Will You Marry Me, and Polygraph Eyes on it. I really like that song. For those who've never heard it, Youngblood is this young British songwriter. I think he's got a slightly sort of hip hop feel in his stuff, but not really. And he has a song that's about telling guys not to rape drunk girls, which is pretty fucking noble, honestly. Yeah, I quite like Youngblood. Oh, Sally, my God, you know all the obscure stuff from the 80s, Sally. Dear Enemy, Computer One. Oh my God, I love that track. That is such a Australian 80s track. Oh, and you're right, Field and Sealer, Great Southern Land, Icehouse's anthem. And Ivor Davies did that like 20-minute version of it at the Opera House New Year's Eve 2000. That's really full. Tendo, how many is that now? I stopped counting, but it's not that many. That's about 7 that I've booted tonight. Oh my God. Oh my God, Sally, we're like brethren. You're friends with Sound Guy for the all-nighters. Mega tracks like Montego Bay. Oh my God. Yeah, Mega Leech, I got like 3 banhammers in the first 5 minutes. And so I thought we were going for the Olympics again, but we haven't even hit 10 tonight. So there was some initial promise that we might be getting some Olympic medals for the banhammer tonight, but it slowed down quite a bit. It's just some people being really boring from time to time. Sally, remember the All-Nighters had like their theme song as well? The All-Nighters are all-righters. And they do this body language thing for spelling out the name of the band. They go, A-L rolls momentarily. It depends on my mood. Like sometimes I don't even acknowledge them before I boot them. Like if you're talking purely about the live streams, often I don't even acknowledge them directly until after I kick them out. Sometimes, like, they raise something and they say something really stupid, and I feel like pointing out, you're a fuckwit and a liar, and and then, like, I mean, there's one last week where this idiot was going on about free speech, and I gave him enough rope to hang themselves and said basically to them what you are going to say, and I predicted accurately ahead of time what you are going to say about free speech is a thing that does not actually exist. As a legal concept, you're going to describe something that doesn't exist anywhere in the world. And they went, you'll be able to say anything you want with no repercussion. No, there is no jurisdiction anywhere in the world that doesn't have some laws that restrict your speech. Oh, the First Amendment. No, in the US, you can't slander someone without suffering legal repercussions. You can't actively incite people to crime without getting legal problems. And there are various hate crime laws. And there were, no, there's no hate crime laws. Go into Google, hate crime laws in the US. And they're all there. It's like the answer to their dumb fucking questions is like one Google search away. But they're not actually interested in discourse. They just want to push their bullshit talking points and waste your time. So honestly, Benny, if you're suggesting I may be wasting my time in responding to such obvious trolls, there is absolute validity in that. So I do it based on my mood. If I feel like responding to someone, I will. And if I don't feel like responding to someone, I won't. Like a stripper finishing 3 double bacon deluxe for dinner. Oh, my dinner wasn't quite that decadent. Yes. Yeah, fairly similar. I think there's some, like, you know, when I drive to work, I listen to Triple J on the radio because I'm trying to get some music. So I was thinking, you know, because I got some credit on, you know, like my iTunes store to get some new music, and I was actually trying to decide if I was. Is anyone who has some ideas about new music, hit me up now, because like I was thinking, okay, stuff that's been featured on Triple J recently that I liked. I liked Alice in Wonderland's album that got featured on Triple J recently. Yeah, like that. I think the last single she put out was called Easy. I really like that. Yeah, I was thinking of maybe getting the new Presets album for some bangers. You know, there seems some real party anthems on the Presets album. Hey, Proper Wolfie, you are a bit late. I'm around for about 15 more minutes, going fairly well. Sally, got to go. Okay, yes, it's dinner time. See you next time. We'll talk more 80s music. Ah, Charlie, your mum saw Split Ends in a pub before they were big. I'm not sure. No, I think I did see Split Ends once, but after they were big. Locust Tripper, a few trolls, certainly. So I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's got any suggestions on new music. Like I said, I liked Alice in Wonderland's album. I might get the Presets because the tracks I've heard of that was sort of bangers. What was the other one? I'm trying to remember. I'm sure. Well, the Hilltop Hoods just put out a new album. I'm sorry, single. I'm sure they're about to put out an album. They put out the new track Clark Griswold, which is not bad. I like when you see progression in someone's music, and the Hoods have been around for ages. And this new track is showing a progression in their sound, which is nice. It's kind of like the AB original album, Reclaim Australia, was a really big album, much bigger than they expected, I think, and I really liked it. And they released a new track it's probably a couple of months ago now, called Blackout, and that showed a real change in their sound, which I quite like. I'm going to go Triple J feature album. Which ones I've liked. Regularly, should I get into InSearch? That sounds familiar. I feel like I do remember InSearch. My first sign, I'm with you completely. There's a lot of attacks on the ABC. And the ABC is a very important resource to Australians, and I hope it goes. Okay, but yeah, I decided to bring up the list of recent feature albums on Triple J. Yeah, I heard the current one is golden. I've heard a couple of tracks that are okay. Odette was kind of okay. Oh, Amy Shark, that was the one I was thinking of. I quite liked some of Amy Shark's stuff. Florence and the Machine, yeah, that was okay. The Rubens, they're okay. I'm not super into them. Jack Rivers, okay. I'm looking at, yeah, Cosmo's Midnight had some okay stuff on it. Presets had some bangers in it. Churches has some good stuff on it, yeah. Courtney Barnett is okay. I'm not hugely. Arctic Monkeys are not really into their stuff. Parkway Drive. Does anyone know Parkway Drive? They're like the sort of screamo metal stuff. I always get a giggle whenever I hear any Parkway Drive. I feel like I'm listening to a parody of a Parkway Drive song. I just think if oh, that's right, Insurge Political Prisoners. I remember that. Yes, yes. Insurge, not particularly subtle, but I kind of like their stuff. Dinny, new music. Heard the latest Gorillas. I heard some Gorillas. Yeah, I reckon I am going to get High Vis, the Presets album, Dinny. Some real bangers on that one. Definitely going to get that. Locust Trooper, Greenlee music hits of the 1980s. I have a lot of 80s music on my playlist. Charlie's a street in Harvey Bakewell, Parkway Drive. Maybe that's what they're named after. Jack McQuack, you're shamefully admitting to liking Madian's Taken Drops. Oh, yeah, dude. I will admit to the uncoolness of quite liking dubstep. And I mean, like, really mainstream stuff, like Skrillex. Skrillex at his most popular stuff, I quite enjoyed. I tell you, it was worth getting a black eye at a Parkway Drive gig 10 years ago. I just find, not that I particularly dislike Parkway Drive, but it's like when I hear a track, it's like, oh yeah, Satan, Satan, Satan. Someone taking the piss out of Parkway Drive whenever I hear a Parkway Drive song. Oh, Feather and Zilla, Eurogliders weren't a one-hit wonder. They had a whole bunch of hits. But yeah, Heaven was possibly their biggest one. I think I even saw the Eurogliders live. I think I might have seen them live. Yeah. Oh my God, what Australian bands was I into in the 80s? Eurogliders, Spy vs. Spy, Midnight Oil. Late, yeah, 80s into the 90s, Falling Joys. My unrequited 80s, 90s music crush was Susie Higgy, the lead singer of Falling Joys. Their first album still does it for me as a fucking great pop album. Just guitar-driven pop music, very good. Until you remember when Skrillex was Sonny Moore and emo. I tell you another one I like that people might either be surprised or appalled by. You can find on YouTube a lot of stuff, remixes by DJs from Mars. I really like their stuff. Hey, Logan Paul, I remember that episode, the regular show making fun of one-hit wonders. I remember that episode. I feel they're saying Eurogliders only had one hit in New Zealand. They had a few in Australia. I mean, if I go on YouTube and search for DJs from Mars, like looking at some of their mashups, yeah, and sometimes it's two, sometimes it's like four. Like they've got Post Malone versus J Balvin, Childish Gambino versus Ludwig van Beethoven, Coldplay versus AC/DC versus Two Unlimited. Some of their mashups are really good. Like I really enjoy them. Like one of the ones with four. Oasis versus AC/DC versus Skrillex versus Knife Party. My sister's probably the world's biggest Queen fan. So when I shared one that was DJs from Mars mashup of Queen versus Rage Against the Machine versus Prodigy versus Skrillex, she hated it and thought I deserved to go to hell. But I really liked it. I like the matchups. I'm furious, Scatman. Remember that one? Like Stripper, was my dad a racist? My dad was that interesting sort of racist who had Aboriginal friends, but he was super fucking racist. But he had Aboriginal friends because he was also, among other things, again, growing up in country New South Wales, he was a boxer. And boxing in Australia is very big with the Aboriginal community. And so a lot of his contemporaries in the boxing world were Aboriginal. And I would be introduced to these guys and they were his friends, but he was still really, he had Aboriginal friends, but he was still really racist. Yeah, Mofo Sign, how does that work? I do not know. I do not know how you manage to have black friends and be super fucking racist at the same time. Charlie Litton, that's the famous one. Jimmy Sharman's boxes. Midnight Oil have a song about it. Those I know. In the US, they have things like state fairs. Oh, Celtic King, don't worry about the dislikes, buddy. You want to, yeah, dude, you want to butt fuck the trolls, but you know, you just like doing that anyway, from what you tell me. And maybe some of them would be into it as well. And look, dude, I don't let it get to you. So, but yeah, Jimmy Sharman's boxes was very interesting. We have in Australia what we call the show. The capital cities have big ones. Sydney has the Royal Easter Show, Melbourne has the big show. But the show would tour country areas, and there'd be all this agricultural produce, and there'd be Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islanders, and locals would pay for a chance to box one of these Jimmy Sharman's boxes, and if you beat them, you could win a prize. You normally, the country people normally wouldn't beat them, but it was not a good life for these guys. Their whole life was getting punched in the fucking head. It was not good, but it was a real institution. And my dad did actually fight against one of the best known of Jimmy Sharman's boxers and beat him. So yeah, it's very weird. Like, Paul, should you buy dislikes for me? Dude, you don't have to buy dislikes for me. I get dislikes all on my own. So, Locust Trooper, how do I feel with my dad being angry? Well, my dad's been dead for 30 years for a start, so I don't have to deal with him. But how did I deal with it? Man, when I turned 18, I moved out of home. I went to college, and I was almost never back. It's just, you know, I cut myself off from it. Celtic King, you need an angry hug. Well, you need to come to Melbourne, brother. Yeah, Locust Trooper, having to deal with a family member who's racist is really fun. And it's not just my dad, it's siblings as well. Like I remember one Christmas being back with my family and my brothers and their friends around, you know, they're telling racist jokes, and you know, it was the classic that if you said something like, well, you know, shut up with that shit, you go, oh, it's just jokes, what's wrong with you? So I just joined in with my jokes. They're saying, oh, what about this? What do you call a black fella is this? What do you call a black fella is this? And I went, hey, what do you call a taxi full of racists at the bottom of the ocean? I don't know. I said, a good fucking start. So it's just like, yeah. Oh, yeah, Miss Fox, yeah, your parents and your sister are racist, homophobic. It's like, family, what are you going to do? It's just, yeah, it can be really difficult. I like that. Feather and Sealer, you had a family reunion in Sydney and went to Jamboree, which was empty because everyone was at the Easter show. Nice timing. Celtic King, Melbourne's a pretty good place to live, quite honestly. I do like that. But yeah, no, Lucas Tripper, I feel your pain, honestly. If family members are super racist, that's very difficult. Sorry, here's my question. How do you stop a right-wing troll from drowning? Take your foot off his head. Okay. A variation I heard on that one. How do you drown a right-wing troll? Drop the toilet seat on his head when he's having a drink. Dinny, I think it might be long. Considering making the move from Adelaide to Melbourne, what should you know about coming to Melbourne? Differences between Adelaide and Melbourne, Dinny. Melbourne's much more expensive. What else do you need to know? Heaps more happens in Melbourne than in Adelaide. You might find some of Melbourne overwhelming compared to Adelaide, but it's generally good. I mean, obviously there is bad stuff. People like say, because I get upset at the racists making up complete lies that people in Melbourne are scared to go out because African Americans. Of course, there is crime, and there are some quite fucking scary incidents happening in Melbourne, but most people will never get affected by them. But it's a bit more of an issue than Adelaide. So, but honestly, I think you'd like it, quite honestly. So, yeah. Logan Paula, do I believe in near-death experiences? If you mean, do I believe people who say, oh, I had a near-death experience, or I died, my heart's off, and I saw a white light and went to it? No, I don't believe that. I believe that's a hallucination and wish fulfillment, quite honestly. Like a stripper, your sister as well. She hates disabled people. That's, oh man, dude. Oh, geez, that's a bit harsh. Sorry, we're doing all the anti-racist. Charlie, what do you call a racist with two black eyes? So, what do you tell a racist with two black eyes? Nothing. He's already been told twice. Oh, dude. Celtic King, we should give each other angry cuddles, just metaphorical angry cuddles, definitely. Misfoxification, that's good advice. Choose your suburbs well so you don't get stuck with a 3-hour commute. If you choose your suburb well, you can get around quite easily. Logan Porter, I should look up Pam Reynolds. She's the most interesting if I think it's a hallucination. My personal opinion is the whole thing about seeing the tunnel on the white night, seeing the other side. The people who say that, they're somewhere on a spectrum of liars and charlatans through to people who are influenced by pop culture ideas of what you see if you have a near-death experience. I personally don't believe any of it. Now, interesting, if we had AIDSy here, he might give you a very different answer. Jack, you're going for breakfast. Good night to you. I'm going to bed. It's bedtime. Yes, Bury, I see what you're saying. I believe in near-death experiences in as much as you can be near to death. But yeah, the whole seeing the tunnel, the white light, no, that's all bullshit, my personal opinion. Yeah, like it's true, but how do you deal with idiots? Dude, if someone's getting into that fucking eugenic shit of hating disabled people, Jesus, what do you do? I mean, I know it's not necessarily practical, but I know my opinion would be to avoid them as much as possible. But yeah, that's not always practical. Anywho, it's like 10 o'clock. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to go to work tomorrow. So thank you, wonderful people, for spending time with me this evening. It has, as always, been a wonderful time hanging out with you. It's always good. We'll see if I don't think I have anything on Thursday night, so I think I'll probably be back on Thursday. Might even I'll try and do a Wankafat video tomorrow. See if I get inspired to do that. Take care of yourself, one and all. Use all, as the fabulous Jeff Fennick said once. But look after yourselves. Be good to yourselves. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye now. And I